that the fire of God comes from the presence of God. You access the presence of God through your worship. And you can only worship as a response to revelation. In order for your fire to be rekindled, your worship must be restored. When we see the Bible talk about the presence of God, He speaks of the mountain, the holy mountain of God. And in order to ascend that hill, in order to get to the holy place, in order to live in the presence of God, we see that worship takes an effort. Men who never had prophecy, who never had scripture, who never had a leader, who never had a pastor, these men were so desperate for the truth that they crossed the globe. They went to the other side of the world just to find not Jesus when He was 30 years old, walking in power and in miracles and in ministry. They found Jesus when He was just a toddler, a 1-year-old little baby, a 2-year-old little baby. They found Jesus. But how many of you know in this story, they didn't go straight to Bethlehem. They first went to Jerusalem. Do you know why? Because surely the king will be found in a place of royalty. They thought logically. I want you to hear this. These wise men had a very logical approach to finding Jesus. They thought surely He will be found in Jerusalem. When they get to Jerusalem, He is not there. But what was a characteristic of these wise men from the east? They did not give up when they didn't find Him. They didn't say, well, we traveled all this way to Jerusalem and Jesus is not here. The king is not here. I guess we're going to go back home. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, I tried. I fasted. Oh, I prayed, but it didn't work. I listened to my pastor. It didn't work. They did a lot, but they still didn't find Him. And they, in that moment, could have decided to give up. In that moment, they could have said, God, we tried our best, but we could not find Him. We went to the place of kings, Jerusalem, but He was not there. No, what did they do when they found out He was not there? They asked, they said, well, tell us where He is. Some of us here today, you need to find that conviction in your life again, that when you don't find God, you need to go to your leader and say, help me, where is He? Help me. Where can I find Jesus? Will you pray with me? Will you help me? Will you fast with me? Will you intercede with me? Will you come and pray with me? Some of you have lost that hunger. You've lost that desire to say, where is He? Where is Jesus? Where is Jesus? Where is the King? Where is the Messiah? Where is the King of the Jews, my friend? When you have a revelation of who He is, nothing can stop you from finding Him. Nothing can stop you from getting into His presence. Nothing can steal your worship. Nothing can steal what God has in store for you. But some of us here, you've done a little bit of prayer, but you gave up. You did a little bit of fasting, but you gave up. You prayed only 1 hour and you gave up. But these wise men from the east, what made them wise is that they were looking for the King and would not stop until they found Him. You will find Him if you seek Him with your whole heart. How do we know you are seeking Jesus with your whole heart? That nothing can stop you from finding Him. Nothing in this world can change your conviction about looking for Jesus. There is no cost too high. There is no place too far. There is no mountain too high. If Jesus is there, that's where I want to be.